Hey there, folks. Let's do some retro CSS battles. These are from July 1st and 2nd and 3rd of 2024. Continuing my effort to do all of the daily targets that CSSBattle.dev has put out over since they've begun in 2023. I'm about 80% done, and I will continue. If you're watching this, I appreciate you watching. No need to like, no need to subscribe, but I appreciate you sticking around while I write code. That's fun for me. All right, let's make this thing. I kind of remember doing this one. I think you see it, and there's definitely a rotate happening there. I want to make a paragraph element that can do that. That can be border radius of 50 pixels or something, and then use margins. So let's and we're gonna do margin of 0 auto. Yeah, and then I'm gonna pretend this has got no margins on it. So I'm gonna set a width as well, because I want it to be. I want it to very precisely. I want to control width and height. So this is what, 80 wide, 70 wide, 60 wide, 60 wide. So that's an element. What if we make it 400 tall? And then what if we put this margin? What if we do margin here of -100, 0? Does that pull it up? Yes, it does. But we like that. So if I make a second one, whoops. What if I make a second one and then I rotate it? Oh, and then I'm going to put a rotate on this. Rotate of an angle, colon, bar, angle, or 30 degrees. So I don't know if that's right, but really it's 0. So the second one is B, and then the third one is C. All right. We might want to position this absolutely. Maybe. But let's set a rotate on this and do an angle of 30 degrees. Okay. And that is not working. Or I don't see it. Oh, okay. And so let's do margin top -200. Hey. And I have somehow managed to do that right. Now, I have done this before, but I don't remember 400 being the correct height. But clearly there's something magical about that. But I'll take it. C, angle here is -30 degrees. And then margin top is -200, -400. Bonkers. Let's submit that. If that's the case, so all these round numbers have really helped me out. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to leave that margin on the body alone. We're going to say var t or 0. And then this is --t. And this is also --t. And then we minify, unit replace, and resubmit for a final score. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. and it's a better score than I've gotten in the past. I must be getting a little bit more competent at a rotated element. We'll see. All right. This is an interesting one, isn't it? So if we were going to do this, is this 2 elements? What if this is 2 elements? If I do margin 0 and display flex, and do what? Width 50%, height 300, background red. So we've got a margin there that's no good. So we need, well, let's do a star margin 0. And then let's do radial gradient, circle, color 20 pixels, and then the light color. And then the second one we're going to flip. P is scale -1. Now they're identical right now, but I'm going to do an at here now. At 20, 30, 30, 40, 30, 50. Okay. Then what happens? Well, these got to be variables, right? So var, we'll call it A, or the first number. And then this will be var -b, or the second number. Okay. And then A is the inner color for this. No, A is the outer color, and then B is the inner color. Yeah, that's okay. And then what we got to do is we got to do a little square. About a linear gradient. So we need to be transparent here, don't we? So can we do this design using some other technique? I don't think we can, because it's going to be repeating in a way that I can't replicate. Okay, so here we go. So now what I actually want is a conic which is at 0, 0. It's 100% wide and 200 pixels tall, and it's from 90 degrees, and then it's var B var A. And that is not working at all. Oh, because that should be transparent. And somehow that is broken in for only one side of it. Why? I don't understand why exactly. Oh, because I don't have a default, that's why. So here's why. So this var A should be the same as this. Var A, var B. That's why. Now I could set it up here as a variable, but maybe not. 130, 140, 150. Nope, wrong. At I'm just kind of eyeballing it. All right. Strange solution, but it does seem to be working, more or less. Yeah, so that's 100% match. Yeah, it was weird. So that's what I actually made, but if I flip it, then it works. So I'm gonna minify and unit replace, and that's a solution to that problem. I think it's an interesting one. I didn't say it was good, but it certainly is getting the job done. It's a nice design. All right, this guy, I think he's 2 elements. Yeah, he's 2 elements, pretty sure, with a margin 0. And I'm gonna set 0 auto? No. Yeah, 0, 50. I'm gonna set a margin of 0 here. How about 50, 50, 50, 0. So I've got the 0, 50 here. I think I just want margin 0. That's fine. 50, 30, 40, 60, 70, and less tall. How about 80? 80. So each of these is 80 tall. So I think that means, so let's put some colors in here that are correct. Clump, great. And then this color is, well, it's that to begin with. Border radius of 40 pixels. It's not too bad. And then the second one is the same thing flipped upside down. Again, using scale, -1. We can't see that yet. We can't see that that's applying. It could be wrong, but I think if we put an asymmetric background on this, then we'll notice it. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to do conic gradient. Shocking, I know. Conic gradient of this color, 75%, transparent, and it's at 10 pixels over 10, and then repeat only on the y-axis. And then if I move this over 6, 7, 8, then that works. So that is definitely what I made. All right, let's submit that. I think that's done. The math here is not too complicated. Again, the principle here is keeping the shapes, if you're going to be using these shapes, as simple as possible. I think I've had inclinations to do clip paths on this, right, which would be point, 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a radial gradient here, like that's just, no, don't do that. Make it simple. Minify, unit replace, submit, and we'll have accomplished it. Very happy with that. That's a better score than I've gotten in the past. Okay, so July of 2024, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. Hope you enjoyed this. Keep writing CSS and make a web page for your friend, please. The world needs web pages, and the world needs you to tell your stories. Tell the truth. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.